Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on European Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it was sent to me by one of our dear sister. This is the translation of that message that was sent to me. Yo, strange things indeed, they do happen in this world. The translation of that message, it reads like this. Hello, Brother Nashi, how are you? Can you please post my own story as hidden identity? I never thought that my life was going to take such a twisted turn. My name is Rudo, not a real name, and I am a waitress who is from Zim, and I am working in a restaurant here in Pretoria, but I have since stopped going to work because some of the things that are happening to me. Life as a waitress, as you know, it is very tough, low pay, long hours, and barely enough to get by. For you to be able to make enough money, it is because of the tips that people will be giving you. And I always had a dream of escaping this life, finding a wealthy man who could give me the stability that I had been looking for. When I was still back home, you can call me a woman who was very loose. I don't know if it is a demon that possesses me or what, but it all started when I was still in high school. When I became that loose, I dated a lot of guys. And one of the guy who honestly wanted to marry me, I then broke up his heart after I had slept with the brother. In secret, I started to communicate with the brother, who then sent me some money, and I ran away from him, and I came and I started staying with the brother who was married, and I destroyed his marriage because he thought that I was the one, yet I was not the one. After I had started staying with him, that was when I met someone who helped me to get a job at the restaurant where I am working. So whilst I was working here, that was when my hopes went really high. This was after this other South African lady that we were working with. So there was this other customer, a rich, wealthy guy who used to come and eat at our restaurant, always giving her tips. And then they started speaking, and I heard that they were dating. Within a short period of time, they were like really serious, and then they got married. She stopped coming to work, and then she started working at another place. So I had that dream of me getting my own wealthy guy who was going to come, my own Prince Charming, who was going to come and rescue me, just like that other girl that we were working with. It happened to her. Brother Nashi, last month I thought that finally my chance, the chance that I had been praying for, it had came to me. There was this man, an elderly Congolese man, who came into the restaurant. That man, he looked handsome and he smelled so nice. So I rushed to the table to save him. He was different, wealthy, charming, and seemed genuinely interested in me. We talked for a while, and before the night was over, he invited me back to his place. When he invited me to his place, I did not hesitate at all. As quickly as he had asked me, that is how much I reacted when he said that he wanted to spend the night with me. And I said, of course, yes, of course. I knew what I wanted. I wanted to secure a future with him. As I was changing, freshening up, I was like, God, finally, the Lord has done it for me. The Lord has done it for me, finally, because I knew that on that day, this was going to happen. This man, if he was going to work with me nicely, there were high possibilities of me falling pregnant because I was not on my family planning. I was not taking family planning because I had been sleeping with another man using protection. There was no need for me to be on a family planning. And the fastest way to do this was to become his baby mama. That was why I was singing that God has done it for me. I had heard of women getting pregnant for rich men and securing their future, and I figured that I could do the same to this man. I knew that I was ovulating, so when we slept together, I made sure that we did not use protection. He had no idea of my plan, that me ovulating, this even made my chance to be even more. I thought that I was being clever, that this was going to be my ticket out of a life of struggle, but things are not going as I have planned, Brother Nashi. I waited throughout the whole month, waiting and waiting, even having dreams of me even having dreams of falling pregnant for this man from Congo. Last week, Brother Nashi, instead of a missed period, I got it. When I got my periods, Brother Nashi, I cried. I was at work. And then I felt a little bit of a tummy ache. That is what happens when I am about to go on my period. I knew that my periods, they were knocking right on my doorstep. So I went to the bathroom to change my sanitary pad. When I went there and I said, oh God, why? Because I saw blood. And then I knew that I was on my period. I was totally devastated. My plan had failed. I said, anyway, we are going to have another chance. This time around, I was telling myself that I had seen these other Chinese pills at this other Indian shop. So those Chinese pills, what you do is that you place them inside your private parts, then they clean your whole womb, your uterus, such that if you sleep with a man, that man is going to impregnate you. And some remedies that I was going to mix so that I can quickly fall pregnant for that guy. But something worse has happened. Whilst I was changing my pad later on in the day, that was when I noticed something that was terrifying. I screamed. This happened when I was home. I saw that the skin on my private area, it is peeling off. At first, I thought that it was just a rash or an irritation from the sanitary pad. But ever since the day that I started to use these sanitary pads, until right now, Brother Nashi, I have never had any skin rash on my private part or any irritation that will be caused by sanitary pads. So when I said that maybe it is just a rash, I knew that I was lying to myself. So I went to bed. That was when I woke up in the morning. I felt a tingling sensation when I woke up and I started to remove my used sanitary pad, Brother Nashi. That was when I saw skin. There was skin that was on my sanitary pad. The skin on my private part, it has fallen off and it has left me in a state of shock and horror. I don't even know what will happen the next time when I try to sleep with a man. If it ever happens that the man will sleep with me and he will say, let us switch on the light, because he will see that on my private part on the left side, the skin has totally fallen off. What surprised me was that when this skin fell off, Brother Nashi, I felt no pain, nothing. I just felt that tingly sensation that happened when I was removing my sanitary pad. To my surprise, that was when I saw that on my sanitary pad, the skin had fallen off. I don't know what that man did to me or what kind of a curse that I might have brought upon myself by trying to trap him. All that I know is that my desperation has led me down this path, and now I am paying the price. I honestly thought that I was clever, but here I am ending up with something that is far much worse. I am scared and I am confused and I am ashamed. I am always sick, Brother Nashi. I don't know what to do now or who to turn to for help. I wanted to secure a future, but this has turned into a nightmare. I don't know if I will ever be able to recover from this. So here I am looking for anyone who can assist me, anyone who has ever came across this situation that I am in right now. This man that I slept with, he was from DRC. I had never heard of such a thing, but here I am, Brother Nashi. If you know anyone who can assist me, please, by the grace of God, give me those numbers. I'll be waiting in the comment section. Dear listeners, right there was a message of him. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our dear sister. That was the translation of that message. Strange things indeed they do happen in this world. Yo.